That's are we doing it from 1 to 10?
You can pick however you like. You take it
I'm
away, Drew.
I'm gonna do 1 through 100 and just give myself 100. Uh,
Love it.
I would say and this is a little backstory about Drew. I grew up in the city. I grew up in Brooklyn, in New York City, which is a metropolitan city where basically you don't need a car. You just
Oh, yeah.
all I did was take the train or the bus back and forth to school or on different if I need to meet friends and things like that. So I didn't learn how to drive till I was 23.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of late for people, that learn when they're 16, 15, things like that.
Mm,
But I've, driven across the state. I've driven in other countries. I've
mm.
driven
Oh, God.
um in, on the other side of the road. So
Mhm,
I've
mhm.
had multiple experiences with, crashes and things like that as well. So I've ran the gambit on my experiences of driving. So I think I'm an amazing driver. My fiance might say different, but don't act, we're not talking about her right now. We're not talking
No,
about
no,
her.
no, no, no,
This is the
no.
question for me. But I think I'm an amazing driver.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you are, Drew, because you've driven in other countries on the other
Mhm.
side of the road. Like that's I can't imagine actually doing that because I'm so Aussie bound and so on the left. Like, yeah, it just I don't even what does that feel like? I wouldn't even have a clue. But is there many speeding tickets in the glove box, Drew?
Oh man. So when I first got my first car that I got when I first got my license, I was a young rebellious 23 and I had
Mm,
a Nissan Altima, two-door, and I think it was 6 cylinders. So needless to say, if I jumped on the highway, I was at least going 80 miles an hour.
yeah.
And the driving speed limit was 65 in Ohio when I was in Ohio. So I had my fair share of tickets and parking tickets because I didn't like I didn't like paying for the meter. So yeah, a lot of them. Not as much
That's
now, but
yeah. Ah, you're an adult now. You've grown up. Like it's yeah. Leave that behind. All good.